There was a lot of music in my house growing up. My parents loved music. The guitar that we had in our house was a classical guitar, and we all learned on that guitar. And then I bought an electric guitar and a Sears Silvertone and a little amp. And just that feeling of being able to get loud and the distortion and just the quality of the sound and the texture of the sound made it much more visceral. I met Katy, the director of the Nine, and she asked me if I wanted to come over and watch some of the footage, and it was very powerful. I wasn't really prepared to see very intimate portraits. It was beautifully shot, and it was also heartbreaking. Some of the people on the Nine are drug users, and you can clearly see in their eyes that they're in a really different reality, and I wanted to try to figure out what that sounded like, you know, what sounds would create that feeling that they might be experiencing. Katy really responded to music that was unpolished, you know, her sort of mantra was like, don't fix it. The more kind of gritty and imperfect it was, it just more tactile, even hearing squeaking on the strings or when I was singing, hearing the breathing, all that brought a humanness to it. I played pump organ, piano, guitar, cello, upright bass. Pretty much everything I owned, auto harp, harmonica, just tried everything. A lot of it was using the texture of that instrument. The harmonica was a breath instrument, so I just play very long tones on one note, as long as I could exhale a breath and record multiple tracks, one note at a time, and start laying those into chords and creating this sort of bed of sound. You wouldn't know what it was when you heard it. The xylophone, it's one that I got from a school, so it's a very simple sort of instrument that a kid could learn on. But the tones of it are so rich, and all the tones resonate in a box, and you get all these overtones that create this beautiful stew of sound. Katy came back and asked me if I wanted to write a song for the end credits. I didn't want to write a song about the Nine, but I wanted to write a song that if it had already existed, Katy would have discovered it and said, oh, that's the perfect song.